All right, let me go over a quick rundown of today's price action and the trades I ended up taking. So, coming into today, I didn't really have a good bias. That will kind of get showcased, especially on the 4 hour. So, we had very bearish price action, at least in my opinion, on S&P or ES, and then NQ was looking increasingly bullish. So we had kind of a decorrelation between the two. And then moving into the session, that actually got confirmed when I started getting PDAs confirming uh, bearish bias, at least on ES, when we inverted the 1 hour. And NQ was still holding this, so I was fairly bullish until we started putting in the bearish legs. So moving into the initial trade, it was right here. So I wanted to push and at least see Asia lows. So this was the initial trade. It was I didn't actually execute on this. Um, I hesitated, couldn't execute. I wasn't as confident on an internal sweep of like a short-term high and push down, but overall this was a very nice setup, especially with the way the structure was, with lower lows, lower highs, and very clear structure. I would have given this a pretty high rating as far as the trade is, but I hesitated, and yeah, that's something I'm working on as we speak. So moving on, I got presented a second opportunity. I did execute on this one. We had a 3 minute fair value gap here. We pushed up into it. Beautiful change in the state, displacement on both. Nice tap. The clear draw, at least for me, was previous day low. There was kind of a stretch to it. That's why I pulled out the fib extension and used it as like a guide as far as setting some matching orders. So we had a nice push lower. I exited the trade as soon as previous day low was hit on ES, which actually ended up being the perfect 2R that I was actually looking for anyways. So that was the trade. Very clean. There was some things that I learned today, especially about being making sure I stay in the zone, especially during my positions. Overall, July was a very good trading month. Finish well, not finished yet, but right now we're going 6 trades in on the month. One loss, actually one loss, one break even, and 4 wins, um, which is a pretty good month. At least for my strategy, it appears roughly around 6 to 8 times per month. So yeah, I think we're on track to move into evals very soon. So it's gonna be exciting. And that's it.